What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mike. Today we have this beautiful Iron Horse. Going to be doing a restoration on it. She's been neglected for quite some time, and we're going to give her the TLC that she requires so we can get her roadworthy once again. As you can see, this bike has been sitting around for quite some time. She has plenty of dirt, grime, and lots of rust. So we will sit here and address all that. As you can see, the tires are completely dry rotted and cracked, so those will be addressed and replaced. Grips need to be replaced, saddle needs to be replaced, the shifters are gunked up, and we will definitely be replacing this chain. So let's jump into the clean. All right, now that she's cleaned, let's get to disassembling. Let's grab our 8mm and take this crank off. I want to first crack these bolts. Booyah. Very nice. Okay, so once you got your bolts off, you want to go grab your crank tool. And as you're putting this in the crank, I like to put a little bit of grease on the threads, make it a little easier to go in. When you are threading this in, once you get it all the way seated, remember to grab a wrench and tighten it down. You want it nice and snug, so if you just hand tighten it, that's a great way to strip the threads. Now, this one calls for an 8mm. Sit here, add that, and start cranking. There we go. Starting to break free now. And voila. All right, so we're looking at our bottom bracket. Everything feels nice and smooth. I don't hear any movement. But if for some reason you did feel some movement, maybe when you had your crank arm on and you're sitting here moving around, and now you got your crank arm off, chances are your crank arm is the culprit. Now, every so often, I mean, we use a great deal of force when we're sitting here pedaling. These little squares on the inside, especially the square tapers, they'll start to get worn out over time. So if that's happening to you, it may not always be the bottom bracket. It may be your crank arms. So just a little food for thought. Most of the rust is pretty much gone. There are a few spots left still on the front derailleur, but all in all, really happy with the outcome. All right, so looks a little bit better. Did lose a little bit of the logo here, but well, that'll have to do. Cassette came out really nice. Still a little bit of rust, but not a whole lot. So really happy with that. We'll put those back on in a little bit. But first, let's go back to the frame. When it comes to removing handlebar grips, an air compressor is ideal. Unfortunately, not everybody has access to an air compressor. So a little bit of alcohol and a screwdriver is the next best option. Just make sure to get the alcohol all the way around the grip and it should pop right off. Rubbing compound, not just for cars. You can actually use it on bicycles as well. Actually, I'm not sure about that, but we're going to try. Really impressed with the outcome. You can see on the right here, it's a lot glossier, much more refined versus the faded look on the left. So using that rubbing compound with the polymer polish, I think was well worth it. So I'm going to do the rest of the bike and see how she turns out. Next, let's tackle the stem, and we're going to take this off. In order to do that, we must hold everything together. Well, you don't have to, but it definitely makes it easier. So just take a piece of Velcro. You can use some rope, a zip tie, paracord, whatever you like, but you'll thank me later. So by doing that, it holds everything together, keeps the fork from dropping out, keeps your bearings in there, your headset spacers. So when we go to remove this, everything stays kaput. Now this is 10 times better. And this here is nice and smooth, so I'd say job well done. So the question is, do you line the valve stem up with the logo or perhaps something different? I mean, we're not all pros, you know? Everybody has a hard time figuring out or finding where that PSI information is. So, is that an industry standard we need to change? Should we sit here and put the valve stem in the PSI location? Well, I'll let you guys decide. Alrighty, shall we tighten down your press cap? And we are good to go. Jonathan Dickinson. Got the Iron Horse all fixed up, and we're gonna see how she does on the trails. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick walkthrough of everything we replaced. So first off is the pedals. I had an old pair of Chesters lying around, so I thought, why not put them to some use? Next, we did replace the tires with some Bontrager Montross, which I think was a nice option. A little thicker tread here on the back, and definitely better for the trail. Then we did go ahead and replace the brake pads, put some fresh ones on there. I did also put a brand new saddle. Well, actually not brand new, but one that I had lying around in the bin. And then to top it all off, we did replace the stem here. This is my old handlebar from my Yeti. I've recently replaced that with a carbon fiber version. So we slapped the aluminum version on this one, and then also some grips. And that was pretty much it. The rest of it was just a clean and polish. So turned out pretty good. So this is the Iron Horse. She is built up once again and ready for trail. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like and subscribe, and leave a comment if you haven't already. So I'd love to hear from you. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Take care.